Hey guys, today I got something really different I'm working on, so let me show you guys what it is. It's a little custom thing I'm working on. I got a Tau commander suit and I wasn't like in love with how it looked, so I used the drone to make a new head. I used some Gundam kit arms, or hands, there's that. And instead of like his sword, I just made a little glaive form. Also, I scratched out the Tau iconography. Yeah, I guess it's only on this one. But yeah, I scratched out the Tau logo. And, oh, right, on this arm, the shoulder piece, I used to make a arm guard for the sword hand. So, gotta go get this boy primed up, and we'll get started. Okay, I'm using this back fin as a handle, but so I can get this in shot. There we go. Got the first layer of magenta on. I still need to do a couple touch-ups to it to get it to be passable, but gonna do the magenta up. Should I have done the white part? I haven't shown. There's no way I can show what the scheme is because, you know, I don't have a model of it ready yet. But I'm doing the magentas first, then the whites, which is not the best because magenta's darker, but I just wanted to get the magenta on, so it's got to finish this up. All right, so I got the purples on kind of roughly. Still got a few more things to touch up, but the base of the color scheme will be this. There it is. This burgundy. Burgundy, white, certain parts of the metal black, and certain parts of the metal gold. And this technical green for the, you know, energy parts. So let's get back to it. Okay, all of the burgundies have been done. I had to do 2 coats, some 3. It's a little sloppy because most of these parts are going to be blackened, so I'm not too worried about overspill, but also the panels in between, they're a little bit of white. I'm not worried about that either because I have panel liner that I'm going to use to really make the details pop out. So what I'm going to do next is the blacks, because I'm going to do the hands, the mechanical parts. Certain parts are going to be silver or black depending. So let's get on that next. Some lead belcher and a smaller brush. Dab it in there. And let's get started. But yeah, this is the first Tau I've painted. I have a regular Tau guy that I've kit bashed to have like a cool jacket and stuff, and I do not love painting these Tau. I don't know. This is definitely like a learning process, I think. Because of Tyranids, I already have I have it down. I know how to paint my Tyranids with my eyes closed, relatively. But like this, I'm like, well, okay, what color should this be? Well, where should the white go on this? There we go. I'm just silvering like the engine parts. So this is all just like me on the fly thinking like, well, how would I, how would this be colored? I know I wanted burgundy. And I'm probably going to do white like other panels. Maybe that'll look nice. Burgundy is definitely the base color. That was the hardest part for me because I was trying to find like a nice burgundy, which finding a nice burgundy that isn't a contrast was exceedingly difficult. There we go. Almost done there. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like, it'd be so it'd be so much easier if this was just like a photo that I could edit with like I forget the name of the editing software, but there we go. Little bit of silver. I don't know I'm going to do the internal engine. That's probably going to be black. These little balls on the side are going to be gold, but let's start silvering. Or leading, yeah, because it's lead belcher, not silver belcher. There's so many just like little details that I have to touch up. Like these vents that I'm going to be doing in silver and dropping. Let's see if I can get some of these. There we go. But yeah, this is, I don't know how this is going to look. I'm confident it's going to look good, but I'm not confident in how good it's going to look, you know? Like, it is going to be a lot of trial and error. I wouldn't be surprised if once I finish painting this, I hate it, and I have to do it over again at some point. But you don't know until you try. Here's one of the legs. Oh, I'm going to have to do a couple coats on everything because I primed it white. I'm used to priming things white because when I paint my Tyranids, I prime them white because white is one of the main colors. I didn't think. If I painted them white and if I primed them black, I would only have to do one coat of burgundy and one coat of metal, but it's fine. It is completely fine. Okay, so part of that learning process, I don't like, there we go. I don't like the silver on this. I think I'm going to redo this in black because I don't know, it's just too much silver, you know? Like I like the silver on the engines and the little vents. I think that's fine. Not on the legs though, so I'm going to have to do that again. But we're getting there. It's a bit of a process. I did this part kind of sloppily because no one's ever going to see it. Did the vents here. You can see the silver. There we go. And I'm going to have to do it over on the arms too. I'm going to save the minigun for last. I shouldn't have glued it on. My mistake, genuinely. That was a mistake. We'll get there though. First time painting one of these guys. And I still have no idea what I'm doing for the power glaive, I guess what I would call this. We're getting there though. Here we go. Nice, pure Abaddon black. It's a little watery. It is an old bottle. I just got a bunch of random paint pots from someone who was throwing away a bunch of Warhammer stuff. And so that's where I get this Abaddon black from. There we go. It's like a wash now. It's more like a contrast paint as opposed to like a proper black. But it's going over the metal nicely. And anything I miss is basically just chipped metal, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, I think this looks a lot better already. Just doing the hands now, or just doing the arms now. I got a few of them done. It's such a high focus part of this because I don't want this black spill on. Okay, doing the hands now. This is a little bit more careful than the rest of the paint job because I don't want this black spilling onto the purple of the armor. There. You go. I like this a whole lot more now. So like check these out. Oh, look, I'm just gonna show one so the camera can focus properly. I still have to do the legs, I still have to do a bunch of touching up, but it's coming along. I don't know how I feel about it yet though. I still need to see the white on it, because that's what's gonna make the decision, because I love the base color. This is great. The question is, will the white look good on it? I hope so. I'm confident. I still have this base to do too. It's the Farsight base. It's printed. The primer was a little fuzzy on it, but it's a base. It doesn't matter. I think what I want to do is I want to have this guy standing on like some kind of magic goo. So I'm going to grab some Yoo-hoo glue, mix it in, oh no, I should do lava. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do lava. So you guys are going to see him on a lava base. I think that'll look really cool. Like I said, it's a constantly changing and updating project, but we'll get there. All right, so the blacks are drying now. The detailing looks good, and next I'm gonna start working on the gold buttons and whatever these things are. So let's get started. There we, I have to be careful how I hold this. There we go. Those are there. Let me grab one of the engines. Okay. You know, it's going. I got the golds. I already showed you guys. I tried thinking about maybe putting gold stripes on the side here, and then I realized that should probably just be white, because that would be an accent color. I'm kind of digging the engines, or whatever these are called. They got the gold, the purple, the silver, and they are going to have white on the fins and stuff. I'm kind of digging it. I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleanup on all the parts. But I just got to put white on now, and then I get to work on cleaning up the small mistakes. And also, what do I do with the minigun? But we'll get there when we get there. There we go. Common theme for this has been 2 coats. 2 coats of gold, 2 coats of this, 2 coats of that. Now, I have to do the whites, I have to do the gun, I have a few more pieces to do, and I'm still drawing a blank on this thing, but we'll get there. Okay, so what I'm trying to do now is I'm using this white, 2 thin coats, to try to do certain panels in white. I'm going to be a little sloppy with it, just because I can go over it again with the purple. I should have done this part first. I'm realizing that now. But yeah, something like this. Basically, where alternating panels are going to be white, to kind of give it a little bit more pop to it. Because this purple with just the gold looks a little too gaudy, in my opinion. And I have to make sure the white's thin, so I don't have like goopy chunks on my paint. There we go. We're getting there. We are most definitely getting somewhere. Okay, here we go. put some whites on, it looks absolutely awful. But it'll look better once I get more coats onto it. But currently it looks absolutely terrible. But you know, white is such a hard paint to work with. It's one of those paints where it's just like, man, I really wish I didn't have to use white. And here's the thing, no one's forcing me to use white. I could have just used a gray or something and it would have looked just as fine. But I'm stubborn and I was like, no, I want white on this suit. I always tell myself, I'm like, you know, my Tyranids, I've had to paint a lot of white, right? Because of the shell and everything. I'm like, I'm never going to paint white on an army again. Every single time the choice is given, I will choose a different color. And that has not been true at all. Every single time the opportunity has come for me to paint something, white is included in the scheme. Tragic, I know. First coat's done, looking incredibly rough and terrible, but that's why multiple coats exist. So I just need to do a couple more coats of white, and we should be in business. Okay. So, most of it is done. Still haven't touched the weapon. Here we go. I have to do some touch-ups with the magenta, or burgundy. Yeah. I don't know how people do this. There's so many small details and so many small things. I'm never painting another one of these after this. That's 100% for sure. I ended up doing this for the minigun. I still need to add some purples and stuff. But we're getting towards that finale. Okay. I am now waiting for everything to dry so I can do a couple more touch-ups. And now it's time to move on to the weapon. I think I want its energy blade to be blue. I have some of this blue also. So hopefully I can make it look good. Okay. I've never painted what this would be like a power glove. I've never painted something like that before because Tyranids don't have those. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of guess how they do it. I'm guessing it's a layer of silver because I want this to be like I want it to have some shine. So I'm going to do that. There we go. It's going to take coats after coat after coat. You know how it is. Okay. I think I'm going to start connecting everything. Oh. I think I'm going to start connecting all the pieces because I kind of want this project to be over. I'm not going to lie. I did not enjoy painting this thing at all. The minigun, I ended up doing it purple like the armor. I don't know at this point. But yeah, let's put this bad boy together, and maybe once he's all assembled and pretty looking, I'll like him. Oh, no, I should panel line him. I still need to panel line him, so I'm going to do that now. All right, all put together. I'm going to assemble him. Here's the power weapon that's going to be done soon. Still need to figure out the hilt color, probably gray, I'm not sure. If I'm going to be honest, I'm not in love with this project. I was like iffy at the beginning. Like, the colors, they look good. I'm going to have to do a little bit more like touching up, but I really just want to assemble him, touch up, panel line, and be done with it. So, there we go. Everything is as clean as it's getting. All that's left now is to panel line and do the detailing on the weapon. Okay, so I'm gonna do this super simply. I'm gonna grab Armin Blue and my thinnest brush. I'm going to grab this blade and I'm just gonna do this. Okay, and then I'm gonna do on the edges here, I'm just gonna try to get a straight line through. Okay, got that done. And now I'm gonna grab some of this blue contrast paint. It's super thick. I got this originally because I was like, man, this color looks really cool. It looks nothing like this when you apply it to stuff. It's actually a very thin paint that I kind of hate, but I've gotten a lot of use out of it. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and then I'm just gonna grab this brush and just go with the blue, and hopefully that'll give a nice effect. Okay, while I wait for that to dry, because that's basically done, I'm gonna try panel lining now. I'm very worried. I have a piece of paper to wipe off stuff. I'm gonna be very upset if this ruins the work I put into this, right? Because like, okay. Take the panel liner. I'm just gonna try it once without pointing it towards you guys to see if I can do it. God, it's so... Look at that thick black line. Beautiful. Just gonna grab a brush to kind of soak up a little bit of the black here. Nice. But yeah. I just have to do this ad nauseum now because I need to panel line everything. So let's get started. Okay, it's very hard to see on the burgundy, but you can see it on the white, how nice that looks. It's going as well as it's going to be going. Let me try to get this. Okay. Watch. Boom. It's so hard to show. Hold on, hold on. Oh. There we go. All right, panel lining's done. Now it's time. Panel lining's done. Now it's time to do up this. So I'm just gonna give it a healthy glaze. Make sure to get all of it. Need to take some off because it's starting to drip. There we go. Okay. Here it all is nice and panel lined. I have a couple things to touch up. I'm just gonna glue them together and see what is visible that needs to be touched up. Okay. It's time to start assembling. So I'm gonna start off with the body and the Gatling arm. It's the easiest one to do because where it's pointing is irrelevant. Let me just clean off my glue brush and just put a little bit in here. Then I'm gonna go just connect it like that. First piece in. Next, I'm gonna do up the wings. So again, gonna need just the smallest amount. inside each of these and get going. Wing 1, wing 2. Now comes the interesting part. I had posed him originally very much like tilting, so I need to repose the legs and make sure I get this right. So, give me a second. There we go. I have one more arm to put on, but that's going to be dependent on this this spear here, so I'm just waiting for that to dry. Oh my god, this thing was not fun to do. There's so much to touch up. This has been an exercise in patience. I've enjoyed, again, like I've said it before, I don't want to just be complaining the whole time. I do not enjoy painting this guy at all. I don't know. It's just not for me. Some people like Tau. Not the painting for me. I like the Tyranids just because it makes sense to me. It's a cool looking model though. So it's definitely gonna, I banged my leg against the desk when this thing shook. But yeah, just gonna wait for that to dry. And I still have to do the base. Completely forgot about that. So let's do that so this whole process can be done. Got this, and now I'm just gonna start doing some ripples. Just to kind of, the point of this is once it dries a little more, it'll have a very gross texture, which I can use to represent lava when I paint it. So, there we go. Now we just need to wait for this glue to dry. There we go. It's fully done. All I have to do now is wait for this glue to dry. I messed it up a little bit so that it would be kind of sloppy. But once that's done, I'm just make it some lava, and we are done. Alright guys, I come back freshly shaved, because it took forever for this glue to dry. There's dabs of super glue inside of this, because that gives it a texture, because when super glue hits regular Elmer's glue, basically, or any kind of glue, it dries super quickly and is really gross looking. I've used this for slime before, like if you look here, but what I'm going to do this time is use it for lava. I don't know what texture lava has, because I've never touched lava before, but I'm going to do red, yellow, orange, and a little bit of black. So it looks like this guy's standing on like a base. I was very negative throughout this process of painting him. I kind of like him a lot. I like it. It's just I don't think I'm ever painting this unit ever again. It was a lot of extra work that I'm not used to doing with Tyranids. And it's a lot of work that I don't like doing. Like with Tyranids, it's like, cool, I put on these colors, you're good. But with this is like, there's panel lining, there's this color, there's that color, there's the little details. It's more effort to paint this than any Tyranid unit. So, it's fine. Let's do this up, and I'll show you guys the final result. Just gonna... Oh, this is... It's very watery, which it's primer, so that's good. So I'm just gonna grab my big brush that I don't care for. I don't know how this will react, but I don't really have a lot of value in this big brush, you know? Like, I'm one of those people, I buy trash brushes, like really cheap, because I'm rough with my stuff. So I'd rather have a brush that can handle a little bit of digging, and a brush I don't care if, like, I ruin, you know? Because it's like, oh no, I ruined a $20 brush. That's awful. Oh no, I ruined a $1 brush that I got. Oh, okay. Just grab all this off. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna use the yellow a little bit more liberally because yellow is like the hottest color. So it should be the least there. There we go. He's done. If I could get... I'm going to wait till morning to take the final photo with him and talk a little bit more with you guys. But here is my Tau Commander. Lava base, very sloppy, but I kind of like it. It contrasts, like, he's very neat, organized, and then the bottom of the base is very not that, and I put him on the paint. But then I just need to give him a base rim. Probably going to do red. I like him. I took away a few leg bands because I just wasn't like feeling that many stripes. But here he is, fully done. All right, guys, here he is, fully done. Let me get a nice, there we go. I'm really happy with how he turned out. I especially like, I don't know, I just like the color scheme, I guess. I complained a lot while I did this, but overall, I'd paint another one of these in like a year. The base ended up, you know, it looks fine. It looks like he's standing on a bunch of ketchup and mustard and some unknown third orange sauce, but, you know, I think it really contrasts to his darker scheme that he has this really crazily colored base. But there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do him up. And until next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. До свидания.